Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and I'm going to assemble the MDF Snowman pets. Hey, so I'm using Jaded Blossom's brand new MDF Snowman pets there, along with the Snowman Pets dies, the MDF Standing Base die, and the Christmas Town pad from Doodlebug. So first I'm going to assemble the Standing Base die with some white glitter paper from Die Cuts with a View, and I'm adding that to the MDF Standing Base, and I will weight it down with an acrylic block. I'm going to do this to all three of them. I'm going to assemble or add on the layer of American Crafts white cardstock. There we go. And next I'm going to assemble my little pieces here. So I do cut out anything that's going to hang off the edge of these things. I cut out of Gmund Tindalo Woodgrain cardstock. It's just a thick craft colored cardstock. And that just gives it a little bit more stiffness as it hangs out past the MDF piece. So that's what I'm doing here. So you saw that I added on the face, the head for the little dog, and the ears for the little dog. And next I'm going to, I am going to assemble the little tail. And because that's hanging out past the area, I also use that same wood grain cardstock to layer it with the American Crafts white. So I'm doing the same thing with the little kerchief. I cut it first out of that wood grain cardstock again, just so it's a little bit thicker. And then I added the pattern paper to it from that Doodlebug-Christmas Town 6-inch pad. So now all my die cutting today was done with my Anna Griffin Empress, working on a Stampin' Up! Pad using Barely Art glue, right? Sort of all the things I always do. So I'm just trying to add the knot on in the right place. There we go. And I will weight it down with an acrylic block. I'm going to build my little bunny. I'm doing the exact same thing, right? Layering it on that wood grain cardstock because the ears are going to stick up past that little MDF piece. Next, I'm going to add on the little ears on my little bunny head. Cut from the same thing, American Crafts white cardstock. I just think that these are so darn cute and just the cutest thing. I just love them. And they're going to look so cute on a tiered tray or on your mantle. Okay, next I'm doing the little bunny tail again because that sticks out past the MDF base. So lastly, I'm going to do the little kitty cat head. Same thing, adding it to the wood grain cardstock base. It's just a thick craft cardstock. That's what I'm trying to get across to you. It doesn't have to be wood grain, but that's the one I've used because it's nice and thick. Added on the ears, all American Crafts white cardstock. Going to add my little pink American Crafts nose. And I will weight that down with an acrylic block. And there we go. I'm going to add my little tiny pink nose to my bunny and my black nose to the little dog's muzzle. So these are the two little muzzles. There we go. Getting them in place. So American Crafts pink and black cardstock. Now I'm going to add some EK Success chalk to the cheeks of all of these. There we go, just for fun, right? Why not? I'll do it to all three, trying to get it in the right place, or as well as I can, right? I'm going to pop up the little muzzles with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. So there we go. I did it to the little dog nose. And I do use a circular one from scrapbook.com for the bunny one, just because it fit perfectly. I'm going to pop this one's little nose up. I think that the dimension really adds something. And next we are going to, I forgot to layer the cat's tail. Sorry, guys. Remember, there are two versions of tail. It can stick out to the right or to the left, you know, whatever you choose for these guys. And remember, there's an assembly video for the snowman pet dies. So if you get confused, check that out. So I'm just going to put together all my little hat, the scarves as well, using that Doodlebug-Christmas Town along with the Gmund Tindalo Woodgrain cardstock if it hangs over the edge of the pieces. So that's how I gauge whether I do that or not. So I'm just adding on all of these little, you know, patterned paper pieces so I can dress up all 3 of these little snowman pets. So cute. Now, if you wanted to, you could literally cut these out of brown or like a black cat for Halloween, whatever you want. And that would be cute as well. I don't even use the little stick arms on these guys, so you don't have to. And you could make it just look like a little bunny or a little dog or, you know, a little cat. So you can get double duty out of these. They don't have to be little snowmen. So here I am. I'm just assembling this really cute little earmuff set for one of my guys. And I'm going to do the same thing, do these little scarves as well. Oops. And adding them in place. I just think that these are just adorable and lots of fun, right? So there we go. Now for these, I'm not going to use the stamp faces and I'm not going to use the die cut faces. I'm just going to use little enamel dots from Doodlebug to add the eyes, just to make this easier for myself. So I'm adding on the little tails and I'm sticking them to the back of the little MDF pieces, which kind of makes it look cool because it gives that 3-dimensional look, right? So I'm going to add on my tails on the back of these little critters. There we go. And I do weight it down with an acrylic block. Next, I will add on my little head pieces. And you'll see that the ears hang off past my little snowman head. So that's why I wanted to add the thickness, you know, to make sure that, you know, it's not so, like it has some stiffness, right? I'm going to do the same thing to all 3 of these little snowman pets, lining them up onto the little MDF bases. I really like that Jaded Blossom makes these bases that you can, you know, use your little die cuts for more than just paper crafting, right? You can make other things with them, which is lots of fun. And then lastly, I'm going to add on my little dog. It also has the ears hanging off. You saw that. There we go. And you'll notice that I'm using my reverse tweezers just to make sure that it sticks down. I can't really weight those down because I've got some dimension on their little muzzles, right? So I'm going to stick down, I'm going to give this guy a little Christmassy kerchief or a neckerchief or bandana, whatever you want to call. I'm going to add 2 little coal buttons cut from American Crafts black cardstock on each of these little critters. And I just think these are so cute. Next, I'm going to add on these little enamel dots for eyes from Doodlebug. They're just black enamel shapes. You could certainly use them from other companies. You know, whatever you have would work. But how cute is that? You know, if you have kids making these, you could certainly use Google Eyes. That would be fun for them, right? Next, I'm going to add on my little toque because I'm a Canadian, or your little winter hat, whatever you want to call it. So, our beanie, right? Next, I'm going to add on my little eyes for my kitty cat. How cute is this kitty cat? Hello. I just think it's adorable, right? And we're going to give this kitty cat a little scarf as well. Because, of course, we can, right? So why wouldn't we? Look how sweet, eh? Oh, so just cute. And we will give this one 2 buttons as well out of coal, that same American Crafts black cardstock. So there we go. And lastly, we're going to do our little bunny. We're going to give these bunny some earmuffs, which is kind of silly because the ears are on top of the head and these little earmuffs sit on the side of the head. But, you know, it looks cute. So we're going to give this bunny little earmuffs, or cheek muffs, I guess. There we go. Next, we're going to add on the adorable little scarf. We'll set that in place. So there that is. And then we will add on the 2 little coal buttons again. There. And then the eyes with the enamel shapes. So I just think these are the cutest things. You can get so creative. And how cute is that? So now you're going to want to slip them all in your base. I have little snowy bases for each one of them, cut from glittery cardstock, right? And there are my 3 little guys. How cute is that? So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, be inspired by the team, the Jaded Blossom store, to get your hands on these adorable MDF pets. Bye, everybody.